Hi there. So today we're going to learn about tables. Tables are a fun, convenient, easy thing to do when you're handwriting web pages that allow you to put things side by side. If you'll notice that everything we have now, by and large, kind of flows through the page and everything kind of goes up and down the long way on the page. And how do we, even with the puppy, how do we then include, the ability to put things side by side? And I'm going to use my favorite foods page. And if you see, I've expanded it a little bit since the last time you saw it. Got a little bit of writing on it, but it's all kind of discombobulated. I have my list here, and then under here I have my text, and there's no images, so it's kind of a dull page. So I'm going to use a table to spruce this up a little bit. Now, tables live inside the body, so I'm going to go to my body tag here, and make this a little easier to say. There's my body tag, and close off my body tags right here. I'm going to go within my body tags, and I'm going to want it to live above the list. I'm not going to get rid of my text yet. I'm going to put it underneath my body here. And I'm going to tell the table to start here and end there. So I have a tag that says table and then a tag that says table, if you slash table. And if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that now. Now, if you remember, the way it builds tables is it builds tables across. So here you have a row of information, company, contact, and country. Then underneath it, another row with the name of the company and the contact person and the country they're from. And another row with another company name and another contact person and another country. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. And of course, we have headers up here. So what you do is you put in your code this way, the long way, to create this information. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in a row. So table row. And I'm going to tell it to put in a table row. And of course, I'm going to close that because that's a good habit to get into, right? And then under each one, I'm going to put in a table header. Table header. And the first table header I'm going to have is I'm actually going to want to have the image first. Image. And then I'm going to put one underneath it. And I'm going to call this description. And I'm going to slash that in. And if you look, it's going to put those in right here. Let me save this in Sublime Text. Over here. And it puts it in image description. Kind of cramped up there. Well, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it, well, for now, we're just going to let it sit there. I'm not going to mess with it too much. I'm going to start having it line itself up for now. I'm going to add another row. So the next row I'm going to add, sorry, typo there, add another row, table row. And this time it's going to be a table DD, table data, table D. And that's for a table cell. And the first thing I'm going to put in is I'm going to put in an image. Now, what image am I going to use? Well, if you look, I went ahead and I prepared for, documents, go to Mr. Tush's website. And I went and I put in some of these. I put in some of these items: broccoli, dark chocolate pizza, et cetera, et cetera. So, oops, a little problem with my pizza thing. I'll take care of that later. Now, I'm going to go and put in an image. And you know how to put in an image. So I can put an image in here. This is image. Sorry. Image. And then source, and equals, and then it's in the images folder, slash, and it says dark chocolate with the word dark not capitalized. Dark, capitalized chocolate, dot JPG. And I have to give it my alt text. And I'll just call it dark chocolate. And then I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to put in a slash TD. And then next to it, I'm going to put in TD. And close it. And I'll do the slash TD. And I'm going to take this image information right in here. All about dark chocolate. I'm going to copy it. Stick it right in here. I'm going to save it. And then let's see what happens. Well, it's there, and it's a little bit large. So if you remember, I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to change this dark chocolate image. And so I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to say width, and I will do equals. And we're going to make it only about 250. And space, actually I'll do 300. Quote, and then I'll do height, and then we'll do 200, and we will save it, refresh the page. Oh, and there it is. That makes sense just a little bit more. Now, notice that whatever I do is going all the way across, and it's kind of redoing it. It's keeping it in that cell so it stays next to the image. Now, I'm going to make sure I close this row. So we'll do /table row. So that stops that. Then underneath it, I'll add another row. And the next one is my broccoli. So I will bring in my information here. And you notice that I know there's a lot of typing to do in here, but I'm just changing this, and I'm changing this to broccoli. And I left it the same size. And we'll go table, oops. What did I skip? I skipped the TD. At the end of this, I have to say /TD, and then TD. And now I'm going to bring in my broccoli data right here, stick it here, /TD. I go over here and I save it. And now I've built a second row. And what did I call my broccoli? B-R-O-C-C-O-L-I. B-R-O-C-C-O-L-I .jpeg. That was saved as JPEG, so I have to make sure I match that up. Save. And there it is. Of course, my alt text is wrong, so I'm going to change this to broccoli, etc. Now, it's pretty straightforward how I would finish that to make that work. But in general, I'm going to build some kind of a table of favorites that is there. I'm going to tell you something too. You see how it stretches the entire page? You can do some things to avoid that and have it only use part of the page. For example, when you're inside of tables, one of the most common things that you see inside of tables is the change in width. So I put in a style image, right? And I go in here and I can go width, colon, 80%. And it will, no need for anything else there. I'm going to save that. And then you'll notice that it only takes up 80% of it, no matter how much. If I use 50%, I change it to 50%, and I save it, it will crush all of this to half the page. No matter what happens, it has to be half the page. You can style all of these different things to include different pieces of information. What I want you to do with your task right now is to create a table on a page that presents some of your information, favorites of whatever, in one of these particular styles. So one table, at least 3 items. Try it on at least one of your pages, a page of your choice, and check in with me. Hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.